Love that hero, actually, right now. I feel like we're going to start seeing it a lot more when we get to the international stage.
I just imagine the way that you've described this, especially we were talking a little bit about it earlier, is the meme of it ain't much, but it's honest work. Basically.
It is.
You know, it's not the flashiest hero, but it is a hero that does provide exactly what you need for your draft, especially when you're trying to protect those towers early on, and also the threat of ganks.
Yeah, and protect a Morphling, right? Like these ranged carries can struggle a bit inside a laning phase unless you have like a big bruiser like your Tusk, your Clocks, or Treants to be able to protect you. So, yeah, we'll be strong. And the heal is super effective. Morphling is actually the hero that benefits the most from Leech Seed, which is the ability that you pretty much get every single time, either at level 1 or 2 in lane. Even though they're ranged, that extra that you get because of how Morph does work, Attribute Shift, is super effective. So let's see. Let's see if the techies ends up working, because this hero is also conceptually broken in Dota, but also extremely frustrating.
I know Cap's been playing a lot of techies too recently, right?
Damn you, Cap.
That's why he was on the techies train on that panel, you know? He was excited. He's going to be taking notes.
Yeah, and they're going to go straight for first blood. They've got the ward already placed up above the tower to watch where the Morphling's positioning is. They're just going to go probably immediately onto him. See what Pantomin does. Look how careful Duracio's being. He is not even approaching the wave. He's like, yeah, nice try. Nice try, guys.
He knows better.
So we'll see these lanes moved around now here. Ducalis will make his way down toward bottom to put the harassment onto Cheshire Cat. And yeah, lanes overall from PuckChamp infinitely better than last time around.
Here we go. The teching begins.
And there's the Leech Seed to counteract it a bit with the heals. So much damage. Pantomin will be okay. Phew, that was close.
20 hit points.
But that does mean Morphling is not getting suicided on. So Treant already did his job at level 1 there to soak that pressure. They will, I believe, get... Is that both range creep denies? I think it was from PuckChamp. So Duracio will be a bit sad about that, but not as sad as if he was getting suicided on top of.
I was about to say, it could be so much worse. So luckily, you know, you do have that big tanky boy to be up front. It's going to be able to absorb a lot of that damage and potentially slow down the plan of PuckChamp here.
And look at this tree. This is where you become the boss. You just hit heroes. You don't cares. And the biggest counter usually versus techies that people absolutely know is you just buy a ton of regen. Laning phase, you just bring out just salves and tangles aplenty. Duracio does get hit this time, but he is safe. And
Astral's
now
dead here.
Astral's just gonna go down. One more hit.
Oh!
The fairy fire. One more punch.
He's trying.
Oh, another fairy fire.
Come on, giant tree, crush the techies. No.
Oh, we all want him to die.
No one likes seeing techies in our pubs, except for the techie spammers.
Yes.
The rest of us are just like, oh no, not again.
Desperate's doing really well mid. That's going to be the best lane that they do have. It's a Lina versus a Void Spirit matchup. It's just a clean one for that ranged hero. Easy stun setups onto Void Spirit too. Good lane control. So that should be a very big win for the side of PuckChamp down in the mid lane. Bottom, Damage is eating some pressure. These skeletons do hurt, but he'll be okay in the realm.
Definitely one of those heroes that allows you to have a little bit more comfortable laning, being able to put a lot of pressure down, and then immediately, you know, as long as they don't have a lot of ground targeted spells, be able to get out of trouble.
Top is already disaster, though. Morphling free farm, and he's also into a matchup where he's versus Sanking. They picked the Morphling immediately into Sanking because you're actually just a better Sanking. You turn into Sanking inside of fights, and now you have this incredible stun always inside of it too. Laning phase, as we see also, you're able to just farm very nicely. So I think Duracio and the boys will be very happy, even though they are versus the techies. Nice little half pull there coming out from Pantomin. He'll be able to deny those two creeps quite easily. And yeah, every time they get aggressive, if they don't kill the Morphling right away, they're going to get turned on and probably die because of this tree and how the way Nature's Grasp and Leech Seed works. It's so potent in laning phase.
I feel like it's such an expensive spell to not be able to get something off of, like the fact that you've got the blast off and whatnot. Like, if you're not getting things from it.
Yeah.
Especially when you're up against something like, you know, Pantomin just, where is it? Where is it? I hear it. Right on.
Boom. Don't let your Morphling tank that. That's the tree's job. Panto, you can actually walk through trees as well, so it's easier for you. Come on, you gotta eat that damage. Let your Morphling get it.
He was blind, dude. He couldn't find it.
That's fair.
You know, sometimes it's like that.
And they're still safe top to get all these last hits there for the Morphling. Oh, what the? Ducalis, you just walked your courier right through an axe that's spinning. The axe just literally just punched it. He just walked it right through. I mean, Ducalis is just getting his courier killed left and right. Did it last game like 3 times as well. Up top.
Again, they're not achieving enough here. They immediately follow up. Body blocks coming out a little bit, trying to protect Astro, but you can just waveform forward.
Oh, and they just killed him. Easy 50 gold. Thank you very much, Astral. Holds his ground, though. Maybe they can actually turn for Pantomin. He's got stick, but they can't quite. And he does actually put the second point in leech seed. I like that. You want to have like your 1-2-4 build usually on these Treant Protectors because it's just so value, even that second point, since it's damage and healing. And they've just reduced the mana cost significantly. So boom, it's like a free juicy salve almost in a way. As you see him taking tons of damage from Caustic, but does heal up.
He's just a very survivable hero.
Yeah.
Being able to provide that support was exactly what they needed here for the side of Winstrike. So, PuckChamp, they're trying to be as annoying as possible, perhaps trying to win that mental warfare game sort of thing, but not just finding enough success with this combination here in the top lane.
This time, they'll get him.
That time, though, yeah.
They'll get a return kill, but they're going to tip him for sure. Just get him into his mind. That's the whole point of Techie. Start spamming chat wheel Techie lines as well. Put down anything you can, spray paints, etc. Nice kill.
Truly a horrific hero.
It really is. That's all it's about, is making your enemies miserable.
Yep. All right, well, a little bit calmer now that they have found their target over there in that top lane.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to share the bottle back and forth, like you can see here. Oh, boy.
Oh, look at the angle as well, too. Boom. Not sitting morphed up enough this time around. Does have the rain drop. Duracho is being sure that he's actually trying to protect himself versus it, but yeah, he was just morphed down a little bit too much as Astral. Has been getting some nice stacks off in the meantime. Same thing as he did last game, as his Willow versus his Axe. So that'll be nice to at least enable the Sand since lane will become quite impossible for the Sand soon. And Ducalis again just goes down.
Yeah, not
Maybe
quite
get his
sure what
teammate a kill.
happened here. Again, that living armor, though, not enough when Desperate has the Laguna Blade.
Nicely done.
Things are going a little bit better this time around here for PuckChamp.
Much better lanes. This time, like, they actually have lanes that can work and actually post some kill threats. The Sand as we said, though, you're going to get pushed out of lane. Like, you've done a decent job to with the pressure. Maybe with, like, a couple more stuns, you might get yourself another surprise kill or something, but overall, that lane is going to become too challenging. So jungle will just be safer, and it's just so much more farm, so they're going to be able to clear that out nicely. Astral making it go really fast, too. With these double mines, it is going to go down a lot quicker, so they can return to lane faster as well.
Definitely feels good here being able to retreat to the jungle and still managing to get a decent amount out of it. So nice stack over here. Desperate just gonna kind of pop on by, pick himself up the bounty rune for the bottle.
Yep. We see any stacks on the other side here. Yamich hasn't really done too many on the Dark Willow this time around. Is starting to get the stacks going for the Axe, who does have Vanguard already finished. So now it gets to the point where Wraith King can't actually lane. Krelot has to go to the jungle, and he wants to go to the jungle anyway as this Wraith King because he just does farm that much faster inside of there. So all three lanes, though, look at that. Doing infinitely better this time. And even now getting a secondary stack here. Look at this. Another one for Melas. Getting nicely enabled by this Techies.
Pressure Cat just continuously putting the pressure down. It's going to continue to do these creep manipulations. Drag these creeps out from underneath the tower here.
And Krylite is queuing from... it's a Techies game. You know what? I was going to say, I'm not a big fan of Midas lately. I like just the armlet and aggressive builds on these Wraith Kings more than I'm even liking Radiance at some times. Maybe this game the Radiance is still appropriate, but it's a Techies game, so Midas is always going to be valuable. You know, this game could go 80 minutes potentially.
Come forward with the silence into the Burrow Strike, but Morphling fairly tanky here.
He's bought a Ring of Health actually in the lane too, just to keep himself up at max full HP. Doesn't want to keep spending money on salves and whatnot, so going for that approach rather than going for a Morbid. Panto actually steps right over the mine.
Just waiting patiently over here on the side of PuckChamp, looking for the opportunity to make another jump. Do have that level 6 online, of course, for the Sand King. As over in the mid lane, we've seen that the 6s are up and running. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen Rabel make any sort of rotation yet, but Desperate is forced to go all the way back to the fountain here.
He's just trying to catch back up on Rebel, because it is that tough lane versus the Lina, and he did give up a kill, even though he got a kill return himself. Oh, the traps are set.
look at it. Careful, Panto. Here's the bumps.
There's one.
Here.
Boom, boom.
Both.
And they get the third one. So a little bit of gold going our Treant Protector's way, and Duracho, he'll heal up just fine. He also has living armor behind him, level 2.
Ooh! All right, follow up here from Melees, plus that silence.
Oh,
Astral,
no.
though. They have the epicenter, so they'll be able to collect a kill on Duracho.
Nice. Oh, God, Techies is so annoying to watch. The silence, everyone knows the way that feels. You're just like, wait, why does it last 50 seconds? Why am I still silenced forever? Do get the kill. 2K gold lead out of this laning phase. Nicely set up. And Astral, yeah, he's a techie spammer, so he knows what he's doing there. You see him setting the trap there with the 3 mines with the root as well early on. Rebel now getting active.
I don't think they have the... All right, they've got the protection off to the side, but he's able to just teleport out because it's just outside of that reach.
Very
trinket, though, for Rebel. Be pretty happy to find that.
Yeah, and he actually has the mask. So give that to Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo is a very happy boy. We've got the possessed mask of OP on Morphling now. The best neutral item in the game for him. Hasn't brought it out yet, though. He's taking some time to bring it. There we go. Thank you.
Midas is completed now for the Wraith King as well, so...
Tateki's game.
In the middle lane, the gank is on here on Desperate. He's trying to sidestep. He's not going to be able to. They just have too much lockdown, too much damage as Desperate eventually falling to Panto.
Nice rotation. Yamich setting it up nicely. See some Enchantress creeps chasing a courier. Couldn't quite kill it. Very close to Shard Golems. Get over here.
Those little tiny legs. He was
They're so
trying
cute.
so hard. But yeah, this game definitely feeling a lot different than game number 1. Of course, now having that little bit of the techies advantage in the top lane has absolutely paid off for them. And then, you know, looking at what they have for, you know, the waveform forward again here. I feel like they always try to, if the techies was there, they would try to punish that.
Now I think it's going to be too hard to ever kill Dyrachyo again. Unless he makes some big mess ups, like he should be sitting at like your 1300 HPs most of the time. And he's got the morbid or the free morbid mask, as we like to call it, the possessed mask, so he can just heal up inside lane. He should not die up there anymore. He shouldn't get surprised whatsoever. As do believe that they're going to start looking to make plays elsewhere. Astro looking to defend around mid, since I do believe Winstrike. They're going to start collapsing. Since we saw those 2 rotations from the support so early on, he's starting to get prepared for that defense around the mid tower soon.
Okay, cool. Winstrike, though, here. Cheshire Cat getting jumped on here. Krylat trying to get off some of these big hits, but he's not going to be able to. As they follow up, they get the dunk. That's going to be the first life of the Wraith King. Coming right back up, getting a Terrorite, just pushing them away. They managed to get the kill over on Cheshire Cat. Now Dukalis getting chased down. Yamich is being chased down here by melees, but he does get taunted off here by Rabel. So perhaps Yamich should be able to survive if he can break those ankles, hide in the trees, make the right moves, and unfortunately, he cannot run from Krylat.
Such an early blink for the Sand King, just because of how well that lane went, how well those stacks had gone from Astral. Astral setting them up for a really good mid game right now here. And that should be a very fast Radiance is what that means for Krylat. And Radiance this game is a lot more valuable. Armlet in some situations is super good, but he's playing versus Morphling, and it's going to be like that Morphling Willow combo that comes out eventually, so Radiance overall just way better. But I've seen a lot of players straying away from Radiance now. I'm seeing more of like the Armlet battle builds, but as we said, it's a Techies game. We're getting to the later. We're gonna get to the later stages.
Look at this pinstring moment coming out here. Do you really expect melees to be jumping out from that corner of the map? I don't think so. As they jump over here, can they take down this axe? Chester Cat is just getting too bloodied by the side of PuckChamp, and that should be a pusher onto the bomb tower.
3K gold lead. Yeah, tower's gonna die. Desperate already has Yules, plus he's got a fairy trinket. Level 13 Lina already. Such a successful laning phase. Like, look at some of the other heroes on the map. Look at these levels. It's 13 Lina. There's some level 6s in the game.
Yeah.
Well, 1, but...
I mean, to be fair, did have a couple deaths early on.
Sure.
But they do have to commit very hard for these towers, right? Because they have that living armor.
Oh, they're stealing the stack.
This is really bad for Winstrike here.
This is a Cheshire Cat.
He needed that. He was very much reliant upon it.
He actually bought the hood this game. I mean, he sees so much magic damage as the axe, but I feel like this is such a common thing that we see where you're like, all right, I'm going to be invulnerable now. Yeah. I bought my Vanguard, I got my hood, but now you're delaying your blink so much. The Sand King already has Blink Dagger. Playmaking is going to be very limited on the side of Winstrike now because of that. The PuckChamp, I think they can just dictate the whole pace of the game right now. Because of this Blink Sand King, they have no other ways to actually counteract it really on the side of Winstrike unless they're just prepared with bodies when the jumps do come out. Yeah, this is huge. I want to see Melos I want to see him do exactly what he's doing right now. Sitting in trees, just playing around mid, not showing himself on the map. The Sand King is actually going to apply so much pressure. Anyone who shows mid is just going to die because of the Sand King. Yeah, they actually see him, though. They did ping him for a second, so he's actually moving.
He's TPing out, though. Step forward here, drawing back over onto the Lina. Step forward out again. Dukalis left over on the other side. Curse Crown does get applied over to the Lina, but now they're on the chase here for Dukalis.
Mela is just... well, we'll go back to that after they chase.
Yeah,
Dyrachyo, I'll let you know what happened.
They're gonna kill Enchantress.
Yeah, and Nella's, I don't know what happened. He's prepped his epi, started the epi top as they were going on Morph, and then just didn't blink. He just ran in, epiing the floor, and then stuns and completely whiffs. That was very, I don't think they killed him. No, it was up. It was not on
Okay.
cooldown.
I don't
He
know.
just didn't
I'm not sure
cast
what's
it.
happening.
I don't think Morph would have died anyway, but that was
It's
very
a very
strange.
yeah, because you figured that he would be on the point for that.
Yeah. Mid tries to make another play. Go for Rebel, but will be pushed away. So I like the way Mellows is playing. He's just looking to be super active, like just trying to make constant plays on the map. He's 5 of the 6 kills already for his team, and it's just going to give space for this Radiance to come up at a very good timing for this Wraith King.
I mean, it's definitely working out for the side of PuckChamp. Oh, okay, Cheshire Cat falls to a bunch of the mines, I'm guessing.
Oh no,
Yep.
did he really? Oh, he did.
That's tilty.
Axe
Axe
misjudged.
misjudged. Oh.
And that's, you know, he went his Hood and his Vanguard, but now this Blink is going to be so delayed. It's 15 minutes, we still don't have Blink.
This is
How does
so
Winstrike
hard.
make plays? Like, they have to rely
Rebel.
completely on Rebel for plays, and he's gone bots.
Then look at this, the immediate counterplay here as they go. They use Laguna, still alive. Need a little bit more damage to step forward. Can they finish off the Lina? Looks like maybe Melee's is gonna get chased away here, looking for the LSA. Does manage to drop it, the follow-up, the overgrowth. Need just another hit. They'll be able to take down Desperate. Rabel now running for his life. Does have that living armor on him. He's gonna try to juke around
Step in
here.
two.
He's got it. Can he get out in time? Ooh, just barely, but the blink forward coming out from Melee's. They're on the pursuit. Picks the
Nice
right
done.
side, manages to go and find the Void Spirit. This is not looking great for him right now as he gets slowed down here with the enchant. The drawback over to the side doesn't matter. Ducalis with the impetus will clean up Rebel after a high-speed chase.
Very nice stun there from Melez, knowing exactly where he went. No hesitation, does stun it out again. They lose the Lina, but a great hit back there from PuckChamp as Wraith King. Is that the Radiance pretty much? It's almost done. And Morphling, he's gone for a much safer route this time than we do see a lot of other times. It's just like usually Mantas or E-Blades. He's gone for Lincolns because there's so many of those like point target stuns. But this is an old school build. It's been out of favor for a reason, because the item overall is not the greatest, just to be able to do much of anything. It just gives you some sustain. Doesn't give you any type of like aggressive potential, just gives you some stats and sustain.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things, too, I know that Kyle's always talked about is the fact that, you know, you want these items that are going to be able to scale. They're going to do something for you.
Yeah.
They're going to allow you to get to your next item. And these defensive items like this, unfortunately, don't really add to your momentum here.
No, they don't. But they are behind, so they're playing from behind. He's just going to go for greed completely on Morphling. Lincoln's is done, and as we mentioned, he has a Willow on his team.
Cheshire
So
Cat.
he's going to go for that Aghanim's Cheshire. He'll be all right. Still a bit tanky. There's not enough mines there to kill him out, because he does have that Hood. And he will get his Blink Dagger, but it is so delayed. Like, they could have made so many more setup plays if he did have the Blink earlier instead of going for that Hood, so not a big fan. I'm usually not a big fan of when I do see the Vanguard and the Hood on the Axe. And Astral, does he just get another one? He does. Oh, techies.
I love how you and I are getting triggered. I know that the people watching the game are definitely going to be getting triggered too. Just like, oh, another one, another stupid techies. But, you know, it's working. It's working out for the side of PuckChamp. I know that the panel was not super keen to see it come out either, but
Well, it's just a techie set.
it's working though.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
doing what it needs to do. It is also helping to, you know, mess with their mental fortitude here on the side of Winstrike, I'm sure.
I mean, Mox, we've got Treant Protector with Holy Locket who heals buildings, and then we've got techies who remote mines and also kind of protects buildings in a way. I'm telling you, this game could. If
Buckle
PuckChamp
up,
doesn't just like
Buttercup. We're in
stop,
for a
buckle
long
up. Exactly.
ride.
I think we're gonna be in for
All
quite a
right,
long
there it is
ride.
though. Cheshire Cat with that Blink Dagger is going to try to pull up, but the immediate
Melee is
counter
there.
initiation coming out from Melee. So the turn right back around
cute.
again. The Terrorize gets tossed out. He'll be able to go burst down to Ducalis. He's going to buy back Laguna over on the side. Can they finish off Rebel? Not going to be able to. So
Good.
follow up with a nice overgrowth. And Denial comes out for Astral, but Krylat will fall during all of this. Sriracha has just turns himself into that Sand King like we talked about. Ate the Remnant, drawing right back in over here onto Ducalis. Duck comes out from Cheshire Cat.
That's a
Get
dieback.
that kill.
What Ducalis? What? This is the second time he just buys back, and I don't see a reasoning why. Like, this one's just an what's he got to contribute as an enchantress toward the end of the stages? But I mean, does give up quite a lot there, as that's the first time Krylat shows up with his Radiance and just gets bodied from all the magic damage.
Oh, the jump forward from Melee's popping that
The
Lincolns.
Lincolns, though.
They have the vision. Cheshire Cat going for the call. Not quite on the same page here, but they should be able to go and take down Melee's. There is some...
Oh, they know.
They see it. They see it.
Not enough.
Not quite enough to take down Potsman, but enough to make him a little like, oh god. And yeah, the damage is out here, so...
Train Protector things. Look at this living armor. Look at that healing. 30 HP per second. Tower also. They didn't kill it. You know, when you're pushing towers versus Train Protector, you have to finish off the tower. It's going to get full healed in no time. Holy Locket, as we mentioned, amplifies the healing as well onto the towers. Look at it. Just watch. Look. It's just great. It's beautiful. Just we're going to keep watching it.
You're so happy.
I mean, I watched so many LAN-M replays the other night that I was just like, man, he makes it look borderline broken because he does exactly this. You're not only just healing towers constantly, but you're sitting behind your cores and just feeding them mana as well because you have this Holy Locket where you're just pumping them at all times inside of team fights. It's really strong and huge chunk down in net worth. Now we have this Morphling getting to some good item timings, as we know. Gonna go for that Ags. Isn't the most potent until you get more levels of your Morph, of course, because then you can stay in constant Willow form, but still gonna be very strong.
I mean, the idea is that, you know, the side of Winstrike just continues to put pressure along the map, makes the space, and then eventually, you know, by the time he's completed with this item, he is going to be more formidable when he can stay as that Willow for longer, like you said.
Yeah, and then he'll kill almost everybody. The only person that won't just die almost like immediately to this Morphling will just be that Wraith King, or if Sandking's able to just hide himself in Sandstorm, but they'll have vision provided for him. As Brambles and Treant roots are going to be aplenty. And Pantomin's already queued up his next time. He knows. He's like, I'm playing versus techies. I am queuing up the gem. The counter.
You have a lot of sort of melee heroes here, so it's going to be very reliant on the Willow and, of course, the Morph to go and take down those mines. But
oh, I didn't even notice, too. They actually got a Philosopher's Stone as well on the Willow. They actually sneak a Roche. Look at that.
I was not expecting that.
No, very nice. And Desperate has gone the same build that we saw last time coming out from Rebel. Yule's BKB, finds himself a Grove Bow. Good ways to protect themselves in the next fight, says.
Techie scam. Oh, no.
Does feel like we need... Oh, okay, we'll get some... I mean, we need that, honestly.
We're going
to miss every other kill otherwise.
These kills, and we're like, well, we know it wasn't the right-click techie, so it's got to be, you know, a pile of mines somewhere.
And we do, and PuckChamp, they are quite reliant on magic damage. That is one thing that is important. Since they've gone for the Radiance as well on Wraith King, I like the build that Cheshire now has done. After he's got his Blink, you know, he's at that hood, as we mentioned. He's building up toward Pipe, and he actually has the hood locked. So he's going to be able to do the double absorb for himself. Mid-tower. Well, 4. And yeah, we see that locked hood right there. Mid-tower foils to PuckChamp. Mela is continuing to be set up. Actually, TP's... Okay. TP's to the front tower. Usually when you're the setup, you want to TP to the back tower to leave those fast TPs for the front, but either way, Winstrike, they back away immediately when they see it.
They respect it. You've seen the way that Melee's has been playing this game. He's had some really nice initiation, counter initiations as well, so...
They know they're hitting a timing on Winstrike, too. They're playing into Aegis right now, and Morphling, he has Aghanims. So they've hit this big fight timing that they're going to be able to actually battle back into PuckChamp. As long as they don't get badly initiated on and just lose the Morphling at the start of the fight, he's going to be unbelievably powerful.
I'll take your tribute.
And look at the way that these mines are spread out. I actually really, like...
Techies players. Yeah, he's a techie spammer. He's a platinum techies.
I hate it, but it's super efficient.
It is.
It's very effective. Like, you can definitely see the value in this here as Ravel immediately gets rooted into place. A follow-up here from Melee. Probably didn't need the epicenter to boot, but now they're going to counter-initiate here. And we've got all this damage coming out from Taracho. They'll just chase down Decalis over here. They do have, of course, the Dark Willow Cursed Crown coming out from Taracho. And, like, just look at this annoyance, though. Jump over onto the backlines. Krylight's going to try to man-fight over here with Cheshire, but he's actually allowed to walk away thanks to the living armor. Coming out from Pantom, but they go back in. Astral over on the backline. Lincoln does get popped. He is Silas. Is going to have to fight his way through here. Does get control, though, on the backline. They find the kill over onto Taracho. Another taunt coming out over here on the Lina. Yamich sitting very, very low. Has to be very careful here. Cheshire Cat running for his life. Is getting kited. The follow-up with the LSA. That should be a dead axe.
Bit of an even trade coming out there, but the Lina surviving all throughout it. Desperate, a beast. This game level 19. And yeah, poor Rebel. I mean, he just walks into some mines. This is just what happens for your mid-solo. Morphling damage, though, we're seeing how lethal it can be. Even into Wraith King, who's got all this crazy amount of HP. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have the Radiance applied to where the Morphling is standing because you can shoot those blasts from so far away. I was contemplating if people were going to do this versus this Ags Morphling Willow thing. He's got a Blade Mail queued up. It's like a cute approach to be able to do it because you can actually get hit a couple times and return back, but if you just otherwise it can just end up becoming wasted gold in a way. So we'll see if it actually ends up working for him. If he does commit, nice little dodge.
You can tell. You can always know when they're baiting. They start making a beeline for like one particular area. It's like, all right, you might be able to kill me, but I'll have my revenge.
Yeah, and Rebel, he's as you said, Pantomin queued up the gem. He's going to give it to Rebel. Rebel's like, that's not happening again. I can't just walk into a root and die like this before a fight kicks off.
And the dewarding is on. Winstrike has had enough of this nonsense. So I have a feeling everyone's going to be playing around here where Rebel's at. Yeah, look at this. Yamatra's on Bomb Squad. Gonna give everything the clicks.
Free money.
Boop. Boop.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
One more.
Rabel's
There
just
we
like, I'll just clean it up myself.
And important to point out, Yamich, I did say it before, but he has Philly Stone. He has a Philly. Philosopher's Stone versus Techies, the dream. You know how the game state is going to be, so any extra gold you can get is phenomenal. Astral almost has Aghanims. The pesky Techies.
That is, you gotta be prepared. You gotta get your BKBs, you gotta get yourself those Aeon discs. How many proximity mines have been killed so far, Fogged? Have you been keeping count?
Killed or just exploded?
That is
I guess that just means killed. All right, so how many have they actually killed? I'm going to say they've killed 23.
23. All right. Let's see.
10?
I feel like they've died more often than not, but again, the initiation over here on the side. Judgecat getting a couple nice spins. Can they finish off Desperate? Yes, they can. That is the Aegis. That is down. The follow-up here, Yamich winding up with the Terrorize. Considering going in, immediate follow-up though here. Can they burst down the side of Winstrike? As Dota2 trying to fight over the backline. Has the waveform. Just hiding around here on Kryla, but they do manage to go hold him into place. Can they silence him, hold him down long enough? This is not looking good for the Morphling. He eventually falls. Dota2 on the backline. Cheshire Cat here is forced to just flee along with Pantherman.
Look at the brambles everywhere. They're all just getting caught inside the roots, but not mine.
Pantho walks right into melees. The clicks are out. And that's a tree cut down.
They went for the fight on the side of Winstrike like 30 seconds before Aegis was going to be timing out. So they commit quite a lot onto that Lina, and then she just comes right back to life, and everything connects onto the Morphling. They throw absolutely everything to bring down Dyrachyo. Nice fight from PuckChamp.
Definitely, we've got a 6K net worth lead going over to the side of PuckChamp right now. I think some people would be definitely a bit surprised.
They're making it work, though, with the Techies. And with this Lina pick, honestly, Lina is just such a strong hero. It's working so well. Also, very good hero versus that Morphling. Now, though, BKB's still down.
Crest Crown, followed up with the Aether. Does have the Yules. And you can see Melees is making his way over, but is going to cancel out that TP. Just not quite enough to stay alive there.
Just before the BKB was going to be coming back up. It's coming back up in 2 seconds now, so a nice, precise strike from Winstrike. Mines. They know they're there. They're going to opt
Look at all
against
the sentries, too, on top of, the fact that they have the gem, everything.
Just keep scouting them out. Void Spirit is one of the better heroes at always scouting, of course. Also takes the talent. Didn't point that out, but Remnant provides 475 True Sight on top of that gem, so we'll be able to cover his team pretty nicely, at least, versus a lot of this. Until, of course, Aghanims, Techies, Mines, and Remote Sign comes out, which he has. So that's always going to be a bit annoying to deal with.
How was that allowed?
It can't be placed in fountain areas anymore, though, thank God.
Thank God. Bottom, the jump over onto melees.
And now we have Dyrachyo level 18. So we have near permanent morph timing up for when he does turn into his Willow, because he's got the talent as well that he took at 15. So yeah, they're gonna have to, I mean, they're at this 5K lead, which is great. They still just have to watch out, because we know how powerful these Morphlings can be when you have all this beautiful setup for yourself. As he finds himself the perfect item, the best possible item he could this game, Titan Sliver. He also did take the magic resist. Usually we don't see that one taken, but makes a lot of sense this game.
He has to. He has to. And in fact, you can see the BKB is queued up as well for the Morphling. It's just, he's getting so controlled on the back lines. They're chaining up their stuns, their silences, everything, and making life so absolutely miserable for him. So.
It's all about him. Like, the entire game for Winstrike is about how well this Morphling does. Sure, the Void Spirit Rebel will be some type of factor of control, but if Morphling dies, their fights are lost. So it's all about him surviving as the jump.
Cheshire Cat missing that opening here. Krylat following up here with the stun. Go, rune to place Dyrachyo. We're on the back line here as the Willow. Look at these long-range hits. We'll turn their attention right over here to this Enchantress. She is just trapped in a corner as the, oh boy, Yamich just deleted here by Desperate, who has his own BKB. Immediately the root into place. The silence, and just does get popped. This is going to be able to take down Dyrachyo. Pantherman also falling here, so we'll turn around. Desperate, barely staying alive during all this. They're chasing that Rebel, and they have the control. PuckChamp just running them down one by one. Cheshire Cat running for his life here. Does have the blink up in just about a second, but that is 4 down on the side of Winstrike for just beautiful control coming out from PuckChamp.
Oh no, my fight recap disappeared instantly. I tried to. I know, I tried, JJ. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, great silence. Mines were in place. Great epi. As we said, all PuckChamp needs to do is throw absolutely every single spell onto the Morphling, and they catch him this time.
Poor Cheshire Cat is just all alone. We'll have some friends coming up soon, right? You've got the Willow, you've got the Treant Protector who's going to be up, can apply that living armor as well, because they do have to commit, right? They have to commit to a tower. Otherwise, it's just going to get healed back up again. So it's like PuckChamp will back off. Won't put that pressure down just yet, but we'll clear up the creep wave over here in the mid lane.
Yeah, they're doing such a good job of keeping this Morphling down, getting them their 2 cores super farmed. Lina, what's the next item? MKB almost done too, so she's going to be her own right-clicking monstrosity as well, with talents also picked up for damage, Fiery Soul per stack. So she's going to be able to scale nice. So they have a dual core scaling lineup on PuckChamp, while Winstrike only has the one. They only really have the Morphling. So again, same thing. PuckChamp just throw absolutely everything onto Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo soon to have BKB though. That's going to be a little bit more problematic for them. But in a good spot right now.
I think they need several BKBs over on the side of Winstrike, because it's just, even, you know, watching Vrabel just getting controlled that entire time. He's a skirmisher. He doesn't want to stand in the middle of everything. He wants to be able to dart back and forth, and he's just struggling.
He needs to be more of the control, though. He needs to actually just be that annoying nuisance to get into backlines and just cause some silences. I don't think he can go BKB this game. It's just they have to just always set up everything. It's Dyrachyo. It's not about your game at this point when you're playing any of these other heroes on Winstrike. It's all about him. That's why you see like these Aeon discs all being queued, Kaya Sange, etc. They just know it's everything has to be played for him. As they don't even have a solo crest. I didn't see the Treant actually buy one. I don't like that Pantomin's queuing up Blink Dagger. I actually want them to just get solar. You just solar buff up. Everything is about Morphling. You need to have all these little items. Even a Lotus Orb, just anything to cover him, because that'll actually be able to remove the silences. So I hope that they do change that itemization, because I'm just going to keep saying everything is about Morphling.
Someone did just pick the Lotus Orb.
It was on the side of PuckChamp, though. It's the Sand King who got it. Yep. So they're enabling their cores nicely on the side of PuckChamp. Winstrike starting to fall pretty far behind here. Takes out the wave.
The living armor not quite as effective as it used to be now, as it does get chewed up. And look at this immediate rotation here to the top lane.
MKB done for Desperate. They've got a siege wave coming in too.
Living armor coming out here, Cheshire Cat.
There's a ward. Spotting Cheshire.
Rip it down. Feels like they're just a little hesitant to fully commit right here.
They don't have you can't set up mines in the enemy base.
Ooh, Rebel. Rebel, the stun coming out immediately here. Desperate. Waiting patiently, hoping to follow up. Not going to be able to quite do it though, as he does have that Yules, and he just TPs on out.
They're going to look to swing through their jungle now. PuckChamp has to be a bit careful how they are positioned. They know the 2 TPs went down bottom. They are playing around this whole mine area though.
That's important. They have the double damage rune as well over here onto Krylat.
And they're rotating fast. Melis as well as Desperate.
Immediately, followed up with the Curse Crown and the Brambles. And again, you can see Dyrachyo over here on the low ground, just tossing out as much damage as he can. The call coming out here from Cheshire Cat. All right, that's going to be the first death here of Krylat. Comes right back up again. Winstrike seems like they want to play this very carefully, though. They'll back off.
Yeah, Desperate was making the move already back up with the Sand King too.
They on him? Do they have any vision?
They do. They actually do see Desperate. If they can get an initial call onto him, Desperate can just get full to zeroed. Does have Aegis. I love seeing that. The waveform attack target in the Willow form too. It just instantly clears the whole creep wave, because you do shoot all different Shadow Realm shots through that waveform, of course.
Look at the way Winstrike's like, look how fast this Lina is just hightailing it out of there.
You know something's up.
Something's up, because they're not seeing it. No one's showing.
Almost 25 on Lina now too. Desperate is killing it this game. He's going to be able to siege pretty nicely, actually. The attack range plus Dragonlance plus the quiver.
There's a lot of mines here, though.
Still has Aegis too, so he's feeling pretty safe.
Yeah, like this, they just TP away.
Now they're chasing out.
Dyrachyo. Okay, Lincoln does get popped here. Waveform forward. He's going to try to meet up with the rest of the team.
Oh, his Willow.
Oh, the BKB, though, on Krylat.
Melis is going to get the stun off. And now the Willow being dead.
Yeah, Yamich is not going to be long for this world. In fact, Astro with the mine at the last second getting tossed in.
Yeah, we see that shard for the Sand King doing a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of extra slow. I think they want to force something. When Willow is dead, you know, sometimes it might not feel like the biggest catch, but Morphling is unplayable without the Willow in this game. So it's actually a much bigger kill than it usually is. As Melis, again, super active this game. Sees Rebel on the map for a second, tries to connect with Desperate to go for the kill. Can't quite, but does secure the fact that now Desperate is going to be level 25 on this Lina. 33 minutes in. Super early on, and takes the attack range. Crazy range now.
going to be very hard to get onto those back lines for the side of Winstrike here. There's just too many targets that they have to jump on. And, you know, you can't just have the Axe going there by himself.
They have to do like constant rinse repeats, right? Just like jump in, reset when the Wraith King ult gets popped. Jump in, wait for the BKB to get popped from the Lina, reset. They can still 100-0 Desperate. That's the one thing that he does have to be a little bit careful of just because of that Axe call. As he hits himself hard, too. If he doesn't get BKB off, there's a Blade Mail on that Axe, too. He could just kill the Lina if he does get a good catch.
Well, positioning is going to be very important, I would have to say. You know, Desperate has been playing it very, very well.
He has
Positioning
been.
has been on point, and he hasn't fallen victim to too many.
And he gets a DDE.
The Agnum Scepter completed now for Rabel. It's going to help out a little bit, because like you said, there's not a lot of defensive items over for this Lina currently.
Yep. He can just get into the back, just disrupt any type of combos and enable the Morphling. They're actually smoking with that timing. Aegis is going to be ticking out, I believe, also in a few seconds here. 8 more seconds.
Treasure Cat immediately gets revealed. Krylat jumping forward here. Astral step forward. BKB coming out from Krylat. And we do have plenty of damage. And again, we talked about that Blade Mail, but it doesn't seem to matter because Treasure Cat does indeed fall. The buyback coming out immediately. It's not happy about this.
There's no Aegis. They really want to try to catch during this time.
They're trying to catch Melee. It's not going to be able to quite get their hands on them.
Yeah, they have to be a bit more careful still. Ward coverage is just too good here from PuckChamp. Too many mines in the area. And they didn't find Desperate. He's been hiding himself. He didn't show.
Positioning has been so on point here.
Yeah.
Again, another smoke purchased up here by the tree.
Rebel scouts the high ground with the Remnant, so he knows that there's a ward up there. It's gonna get stunned up though. Does have the Aeon to survive.
Ooh. That was a close one.
He
also has
die.
the gem on it as well.
He cannot die.
17k net worth lead at 36 minutes here
It's
for the
good.
side of PuckChamp. The techie strat's paying off. Put the pressure down.
They did a great job with it so far. They've gotten so many extra kills too. Like, it's been particularly like Rebel. He's just been he's been suffering so much just versus the little like roots and damage that comes out. Any extra control? Melis setting up top.
Treasure Cat also, you know, his Blink Dagger got delayed and he went for something a little bit different. Melee's is jumping into a lot of heroes here. Have to be a bit careful. Again, that Terrorize just gonna whiff those. Melee's jumping over into the back lines. They can't seem to find this Sand King over here, as Desperate does manage to go and find Yamich and just immediately takes them out. Follow up with the Overgrowth. Melee's will fall. Immediate buyback now. Desperate doing so much damage. Those mines coming in hot. We'll be able to get that kill, as now you can see Treasure Cat running around in circles. Zeracho just trying to get out. He doesn't want to be here anymore. Treasure Cat just keeps running for his life. Melee's trying to catch up with him. He's got the Yules. He's not able to get it off, though, in time.
That was actually close. Cheshire Cat, he whiffed his blink call. He actually missed it onto the Lina. I think if he gets it there, they may have a chance to actually kill Desperate, but does end up missing that one now. Now no tree to be able to keep this tower alive, and no Willow for the Morphling to do his thing.
Just gonna continue to try to push off. Oh, the jump forward from Melee's again here. Follow up, though, turns himself into his own Sand King. They've got the...
Nice stun.
Oh, just look at the damage from
they got the Willow again.
They can take out Yamich immediately. Melee's, he's still alive. He goes down to the low ground. They can turn this around. They could be able to take down Racho here as they pop the link. It's a call coming out from Treasure Cat, but it doesn't matter over on the bottom lines. Oh my goodness, though. Jump forward again. Raybo looking for this kill. He has to be so careful, but he can't. He cannot survive all the damage coming out from PuckChamp.
They've done it. I mean, that's 3 heroes dead. They know how big priority the Willow is. They just Laguna him to take him out so Morphling can't do those shenanigans with the Aghanims. And that's 2 Rexes. That's 2 sets for sure.
Got the range coming out from Desperate. The fact that he can sit on the low ground so far away, so even if the Axe gets in with that call, he can't get him.
I love his build this game.
It's impressive.
Perfect, yeah. And they're gonna tip him. They're like, eat that, techies in your brain.
The question is, if this goes to a game 3, do we see a techies ban?
I think they might.
Just because they don't want to have to deal with that. Look at this. Duracho, he can't do anything. Doesn't have a Willow. Turns himself into Sand King, and the stun is fantastic, but it's not going to be enough to force him out of his base.
Nope. And he
smoke up.
He still doesn't have a Willow. He does not do damage unless he's in that Willow form.
They just want to get rid of techies. Look at them. I hate this guy. I hate him so much. Oh my god, immediately. Look at that damage. The BKB comes out. They just want to take down Astral, and they'll be able to do it. But now they are looking for a world of hurt here as the Overgrowth does come out from Pantherman. Duracho should be able to go to the top lane here. Be able to get up to the high ground. He survives. Willow is here.
My Willow's back. Let me wait. My Morph is going to come back up soon. I need my Willow.
Wow, baby Morph needs his Willow.
He does need his Willow.
Look at this, though, already. Terrorize getting popped out. Only lands over to Krylat. Look at this range.
The Lina has a Satanic. You can't kill her. Now it doesn't matter if she gets Blade Mail called as Megas are online.
Step
the final
forward
fight.
again. I don't know about this here, Winstrike. They're putting up a good show, though. Needed a little bit more damage. All right, that is the reincarnation. The step forward, and this does indeed get popped. As they just walk out of the base.
GG.
GG gets called, yeah.
Oof. They could not get any items to enable the Morphling at all. I did not like the itemization from the supports. I guess they didn't really get too much out of it there on the side of Winstrike just because of how quick-paced PuckChamp